Hey guys, welcome back to Mike's World. Recently I did a live stream setup for a state house debate here in Oklahoma. It was just a simple debate, a special election coming up, and it was a live stream setup for a local TV station, and we did a 2-camera setup. I want to show you what the setup was like because I've done a video in the past live streaming high school football. It was about 3-4 years ago. This was newer, a little bit different of a setup, but it was really basic, really easy, and it really came out looking very professional. And I want to show you how I did that and show you a sample of the debate. So take a look at this, but before we get started, subscribe to the video if you haven't subscribed, like the video, leave a comment, and hit that notification bell. So let's take a look at my setup for this debate. Okay, so you can see the stage, and as we pan over here, I want to show you we have the 2 cameras set up with a laptop on a laptop stand as well as a switcher. There is Jorge, one of our photographers, who was the ISO camera on the debate. We had 1 camera that was a wide camera, 1 camera for ISOs on the people on stage. And so my camera was the wide, Jorge was the ISO. Here's the switcher, ATEM Mini. Got both cameras going into the ATEM Mini. HDMI audio on for one of the cameras, but not both. ATEM Mini goes into the laptop into OBS, and then we can switch with the ATEM switcher between the ISO shots and the stage. We also had a full screen that we could play before the debate, and then we just click to when we go live. And we also had these animated keys, which we could key in these lower thirds as we wanted. So there was the main District 39 debate. We unclick the eye once it went out. We select another, and then we could do more. From there, we had HDMI out of the laptop into an HDMI to SDI converter going into a Dejera, which is a bonded cellular backpack, which sends the signal back to the station where it's decoded and it can be recorded or put on the air. And the reason we did this rather than straight out of OBS is because it was being streamed to multiple platforms, and by doing this we guaranteed a signal, whereas indoors we may not have had one. So that was our setup for the debate.
Thank you very much. Mr. Prozinski, 15.
Abraham Lincoln didn't go to college. He became a president. Why don't we follow his steps?
Thank you very much. Speaking of education, our newsroom has been learning a lot about the topic of housing and the housing crisis that is facing the city of Edmond, the state of Oklahoma, and of course the nation as a whole. So let's talk about housing very briefly. I've got the first question to, Oh, this is a toss-up. That's right. I'm sorry. My script let me down. In October, the city of Edmond received a report that projects that the city needs to add about 8,900 residential living units over the next decade just to catch up with the current housing demand. We've reported about folks who work in service industry jobs or other things not being able to find anywhere to live in Edmond, having to commute to Edmond to work those jobs. What possible legislative solutions do you support to improve access to housing in Edmond and across the state? Again, this is a toss-up, 60 seconds. Who wants to talk about housing first?
Well, Trace, I'll just make some brief comments. You know, I think I think housing, determining where an individual can live, where a family can live, that's an individual decision that a family has to make based off of their budget.
Guys, I hope this has helped you. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. And if you have a comment or a question about this video, about this setup, go ahead and hit it in the comments. I check them a couple times a week, and I'll try to respond as soon as I can. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Take care.